Alright, welcome everyone. My name is Master Starman and welcome to tonight's stream here. Let me switch the channel here and yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a different slash like interesting one for me here tonight because first of all, we're back on the Wii here, but more importantly, we're gonna be playing Metroid Prime again for the first time in a very long time. I hope that's in a good spot there. Sorry, that's like the one thing I didn't really overly test there. Can I move this up a little bit here? Work right there, I wonder. Okay, yeah, that should work there. It's been a little while since I've played, well, correction, it hasn't been that long since I played anything on the Wii, but it has been a long time since I felt like I've played a Wii game, if that makes any sense. So, but yeah, so I'm just wanting to stream and play something tonight because I haven't really, I feel like I've been kind of neglecting the streams a lot in the last little while. By the way, just to show what we're playing tonight here, we're going to be playing Metroid Prime 2 specifically, which I only own Prime 2 and Prime 3 from the trilogy version of these, but I mean, I would argue maybe this is perhaps the best version of Prime 2 though, just because of some of the things that it does basically, so oh man, I haven't really played this version of the game since I did my Let's Play there, so here. I mean, all these files are the exact same for Prime 2, so I'll probably just erase one of the, can I just erase my Prime 3 file in particular? I'm pretty sure I could. Oh yeah, I can just erase one file here. So that's good. Yeah, I will erase that one. I know doing that will not have a hyper mode thing unlocked, but that's okay, because I don't really feel like playing Prime 2 on hyper mode. This game's kind of weird on that difficulty, I'll just say that much. Mission file 02546. 8 days ago, contact with Galactic Federation Trooper Squad Bravo was lost. Contract agreement. Locate Federation troopers and render assistance. Data confirmation. Last transmission received from a rogue planet located in the Dasha region called Aether. Uploading last known coordinates now. Analyzing. Flight path set. Slide to the store. unfortunately, we kind of just crash land in a... wherever we can in the middle of this storm, but that's all good. It's all good. Welcome to Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. 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 Turn to your ship to save your game and recharge your energy. Oh my god, I have not used these controls in forever here. And yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be going for all scans here, because I honestly don't know them like I do with, Metroid Prime 1 there. So, I can take a look around the rooms whenever I explore them, though. Yeah, this game also does start with the... did not mean to hop in here, but sure, I guess. We can save, I guess. This game lets you start with the double jump, although I don't think we keep it for too long, though, before stuff happens, because, you know, it always happens that way, I suppose. I want to say when I got the trilogy, I think this was the first game I played in that, I'm pretty sure. Because, yeah, I'd already played Metroid Prime 1 a lot, and I was watching a lot of, like, Let's Plays and stuff of this game at the time, but, yeah, I guess that was kind of why I was eager to play it at that time here. Got a gate that we can't interact with, which means we got to go over here. Maybe a smidge dated now, but one thing I really like about this game compared to Prime 1 is that I do feel that the movement in this game is a lot more... I don't know how to describe it. Organic in a way. Like, and that probably just comes from Retro having more experience after having made Prime 1, but, like... yeah, it just feels like they definitely have a lot more... like... there's a lot more organic kind of animations in this game compared to the original. That's, like, kind of one thing that... as much as, like, Prime Remastered looks great, the animations do feel a smidge kind of dated in hindsight. Okay, there we go. Oh. Just a shooting test here. Gotcha. I have no idea how long we'll actually play tonight. I know I have beaten this game before. I know, like, most stuff that happens, but it has been a while, and I don't overly remember everything. Oh, there we go. There's a panel. Also, I'm gonna, like, address the, I guess, the big elephant in the room here, assuming I don't get, like, a cutscene with, like, combat or something here. I can save here first, or, get a map here first things first. Yeah, I am streaming on both YouTube and Twitch right now. So, yeah, whichever... I'm doing that because I've kind of looked into it for a little while there, and I did a test stream a little while back with Mario Kart World there, just trying it out anyways, and trying to figure out how to get it to work there. I've kind of came up with some better solutions to some of my problems since then, but yeah. Oh, here's just a bunch of hanging dead pirates. No, these are troopers here. Oh, dang, a lot of these guys just died.
Recording to logbook.
This is Corps here? Yeah. Galactic Federation Marine Corps. Personal log entry, GSGTC Bennett. Let's see the logbook here. Something wrong with their lock system in this section. They failed twice, locking us out until someone came along to let us in. If it happens again, or playing bait for those things, well, at least we'll go fighting instead of hiding in the control area. This is of course that's offline. When I was younger, I was not the kind of person to read lore here. There's also more lore here. I don't like this plan. The Hive is a small proportion of a larger network. There may be dozens of Hive systems like this across the planet, and they may all be linked. Destroying this one may buy us time, but it may also provoke the other Hives into attacking. Huh. I hope, hold on, shoot. Okay, yeah, my microphone is on. I was gonna say, I hope my microphone's been on this entire time. Wouldn't that have been embarrassing, man? I believe most of the major scans usually show up in, like, red, so... Yes, I do have boost ball as well. That's what I thought. Whoa, whoa. I cannot save this guy. Huh. What is this here? Oh, this is just a bomb slot, okay. And much like the other games in the trilogy, because this is on the Wii, they incorporated the spring ball, which is the most, like, one of the most important, like, additions to this game. There's a boss in Metroid Prime 2 specifically that was made so much better just for the ability that the morph ball can jump. Definitely will not get to that anytime soon, but... oh, dang. Dark Troopers. I think it was this game or Prime 3 that introduced, like, the light blue energies that give, like, 50, I want to say. That might have been a Prime 3 thing, because you can use your energy a lot more in Prime 3 for something else. There's something I can't really interact with. I'm surprised that's not a scan, to tell you the truth, but oh well. I remember, like, the first hour or so of this game being kind of a little bit linear, but not as bad as some other games that I've played. Missiles also. Not that I've had a need to use them yet or anything, but... Let's see, anything else in this room? There is definitely going to be something in here. Oh, I think I know what this is. Whoa. It's us. happen if we try scanning this? Unknown dimensional anomaly. Anomaly seems to be a dimensional rift. Target destination unknown. Let us jump in it, because that totally seems like it's going to be a good idea. Totally seems like this is going to be a good idea. Ah, snap. Thankfully, there's still a conveniently placed portal right behind us there. Yeah, come to think of it, I don't know why Samus didn't just, like, book it back into the portal. I don't know, why does she have to shoot upward there? We barely escaped with our lives. But is that the game's excuse of basically just making us start from scratch again? Chosen battlesuit, alert, gear stolen by unknown creatures. Of course, space jump thrusters offline. Grapple launcher offline. Scanning this thing for no reason. Morph ball boosts online. The morph ball is still online, just the boost ball. Power bomb generate. We started with power bombs? I mean, it would make sense following up Prime 1, but what would we have had to use power bombs for? I mean, mild spoiler, you don't get those until, like, more than halfway through the game, I think. So... Huh. Yeah, and we don't have bombs to get rid of this thing, so... Huh. Okay, don't give me difficulty going in these. I remember I had issues with Prime Remastered and going through small crevices. I don't know. I would not have remembered this game having similar issues. Though I haven't... It sounds weird to say, I haven't held a nunchuck like this in a long time either, so... Maybe that's part of it. But, yeah... Only a few minutes in and we already lost most of our abilities. I mean, most of the really, really useful abilities. Is there... What's behind... Oh, this is a save room. Okay. I want to say my first time playing this, I don't think I found this, like, save room. I'm pretty sure whenever I first played this, I went all the way to, like, the first major area of the game. Like, we're kind of still in, like, prologue area. I'm pretty sure I went all the way to the first major area without finding a save room, which is quite a bit further than this, I think, so... No, this is definitely a scan here. That's not a scan. It's so weird what they count and what they don't count as a scan. I'm pretty sure the save station has one in, Prime 1 there. This is an elevator. I'm curious if this is gonna be like a within the area elevator or a elevator that takes us to another area. I think it's just a within the area one. And another gate we can't do anything with. Okay, Yeah, this game does let you keep Charge Beam. I know that, like, between the Prime 2 and Prime 3, like, the games generally let you keep, like, there's points in the beginning where you lose all your stuff in every Prime game. I think just in every Metroid game in general it has something like that. Prime 1, you lost the Charge Beam as well. Prime 2 at least lets you keep that. And I want to say Prime 3 you can keep... I think you can keep missiles, and I want to say you can keep, space jump in that as well, which is your double jump. I remember Prime 3 being very convenient for that anyways. So... Continue to have more and more gates there. I don't know why I suddenly started talking almost like Kermit the Frog there, but that's probably a terrible Kermit impression, but new enemy here. Got splinters. This is just kind of this aggressive bug enemy there. Nothing too dangerous otherwise. Is that coming from like a hive or something? Not really. There's another creature up there. Green Krail. Or Kraily. If it's gonna do its own thing, I'm just gonna leave it be to do its own thing as well. For what it's worth, I seem to remember the beginning of this game being quite linear, which I guess probably lends itself well in that regard, because there's probably only so much you can do with a game like this, but... Is this lore here? Yeah, it is. What do we got? I think Haley's losing it. He's talking to himself all the time and he won't sleep. He almost shot me on the watch the other night. I think he thought I was one of those things. I talked to the doc about taking him off that line, and he told me we need all the help we can get. That's true, but if he goes berserk and kills a bunch of us, it won't be very helpful. That's unfortunate. Another thing I can't do anything with. This is, in fact, the temple grounds. That's a missile door there. I think we get missiles somewhere. Maybe not in this room, but like kind of in temple grounds itself. Funny enough, probably not like this area here, but I want to say that this is like actually sort of a late game area, which is kind of funny. If memory serves me, it's been a long time since I've played this game, even longer since I've played the ending of this game, even though I do have a save file that's like right at the end. That doesn't look suspicious or nothing. Yep, just cut that. Makes sense. I think there's other doors back here somewhere, but I don't think we can actually do anything with them at the moment. Yeah, there is definitely something back here, I think, but that's not what the game wants us to do there. There's also a missile up there. I don't know if... No, we have to approach it from the other side there. Bombs either, so... Yeah, I'd say we need at least space jump, if not also bombs, to reach that, so can't really get that at the moment. I can scan that missile tank, though. I have no idea if this is going to be, like, 100% items or not. I'm almost certainly not doing 100% scans. If I do, it'll be unintentional, because I'll try and get what I can, but I know there's a lot of, like, really missable specific boss scans. Denzium. Yeah, that's probably regular bombs. So if I thought it was Bendezium, which is power bombs, but yeah, not quite. I definitely recognize this room as this is a place that you come back to quite often. Another dead trooper here. Making our stand here, the engineer tells me there's no way he'll get the ship's engine online. The atmospheric interface is scribbling our distress beacon. If anyone reads this, know that we did our duty and we fought well. You shall not go in vain, and I'll tell you that right now. Just turns on that satellite. Transmission failed due to the atmospheric interface. But what did that actually do anything for the room, though? Also, why can I don't think I can make this jump here. I find it surprising I can stand here, though. Now I... no, I don't think I can make that. Almost looked like I could, but... Okay, no, this is different. I can't get up on those either. I'm sure we'll be back in that room at some point in the not too distant future. There's a turret up there. Growler class turret. Probably way less. Yeah, okay, they eased off the aggression on the turrets in this compared to Prime 1, because Prime 1 turrets are just like, they're assholes basically. I'm sure this has to be scanned from the other side, which is understandable. Well, it takes me 2 seconds to get to the other side. It's ridiculous. I can outshoot half the men here. I'm stuck on monitor duty. I didn't join to be stare at a hull screen. This wouldn't happen to Samus RN. She'd be out there taking care of business, not pushing buttons and sending reports. Oh, ironic. I wonder if I still have that, like... I mean, that's just like a clip from, I think that's from Attack of the Clones, just something Palpatine says at one point, I think. Okay, there is a cutscene or something that plays here, I'm pretty sure. I seem to remember getting missiles around this area, I think. Force Heracles. Control to the Dasha system. Unknown space bird frigate. The enemy frigate was crippled and crashed on planet Aether. Followed the pirates, but our ship was damaged by the storm is making the Aether's atmosphere. Heavy magnetic activity during the storm disabled our control systems. Upon landing, we split into two units. One set up in op space, and the other, I can't read this fast enough. Each unit was doing fine, no problems. Until they appeared. That sets a really good tone and mood for so much of this here, you know? We have a... Oh, there is actually a lore scan from this guy as well. Beginning to think it was a real bad idea going down there. Reeves is right, that hive is just one of many. It's stupid to stir a hornet's nest, but especially if you plan on sleeping under it. A lot of lore in this area here. And I hope that this is the only breeding ground for these things. If there's more, we're in big trouble. We had a hard enough time taking out the commission. I almost ran out of ammo. I never run out of ammo. Federations, just the presence of a personal weapon system within this crate. Use heavy required to eliminate the crate. Oh god, there's a lot of lore in this area here. There is a state-of-the-art warship. It's designed to police and defend the planetary system. The GFS didn't think it would zoom in that far there, but has been heavily damaged. Appears that the crew have dismantled parts of the tire as well, so possibly for use as the makeshift defense system. I hear them everywhere. They're coming. Can't sleep forever. They'll eat me. Eat! That's scanning a... I know that was the lore I was scanning. Bravda lost the bet, so he switched to watch duty with me. I figured this section is nice and safe and boring, which suits me just fine. Those other pugs guarded off the hot zone. Hold on. Hey, no! Sarge says those splinters remind me of some killer bugs he saw on another planet once. All I know is that these things are fast and it take a lot to drop. Pretty soon we'll have to go to the bayonets. Everyone's low on ammo, and even Brode. He's one of the stingiest grunt I know. Okay, what else we got? Nothing there. Sections for... Oh my god, they have sections for every freaking trooper to sit here. I don't know if they needed every single one of these to have some sort of scan, but it is what it is. What's this here? Oh, map station. Okay. Strange room to have a map, but this works. Found the map, we found the map, we found the map, we found the map. I guess fitting for what I'm currently Let's Playing, or what I was technically Let's Playing a few months ago, rather. I actually did have plans to Let's Play this way back in the day. I actually originally wanted to do this and Kirby's Adventure back-to-back, and I think I have some art assets from back in those days. I was actually wanting to do this back in, like, late 2012 after, kind of around the time I finished Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, but I didn't end up doing it because, well, Sonic Adventure 2 took me way longer than I thought it would have, and I wanted to have basically this entire game done in the span of about 2 months, and I just kind of realized I was thinking way too, like, way too deep about, like, that. I was setting kind of too unrealistic of a goal there, and as a result of that, I was just like, you know what, I am not gonna rush something that I didn't want to do, basically. Last night, the Chow Inksith starts talking about how some bounty hunter and how she blew up a planet full of space pirates. I told her I didn't believe in fairy tales like that, and she took it personal. I just find it hard to believe that there's one person who got an entire space pirate base, that's all. But if she wants to believe this Samus or Bigfoot or Santa Claus, she can. Oh, that's great. You know what? I want to screenshot this right now just because. Saving this for later there. This reminds me of, This reminds me of one of my favorite lines in Persona 5 where, when the crew first meets Akechi and he's talking on, like, this TV show that he's on, like, this talk show, he says, I may not seem like it, but I sometimes wish Santa Claus was real. Although if he was, I'd have to arrest him for breaking and entering. Like, I don't know why, I have a tradition of just posting that every, like, Christmas season, and now I know what else to post this Christmas. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. What did shooting up here do? I mean, I think I need to get on the... Oh, wait, never mind, I'm up here. Oh, yeah, I'm like... I know there's something obvious I'm missing here, and yeah, it's literally just blowing up that crate gets us the missile launcher here. Oh, great, freaking... New enemies here. These are... Dark Splinters here. Basically just stronger versions of the Splinters. Kind of a testing ground for some of the new weaponry we just got here. Don't be afraid to use missiles on them, basically, because they're a bit stronger than your average folk there. And I think that's all the troopers in this area here now. But yeah, I did want to, like, do this Let's Play way back in the day, but I wasn't as familiar with this game as I was with the other games. Like, I knew it mostly well, but I just would have been, like, putting way too much pressure, and I was honestly burnt out by the end of Sonic Adventure 2, because that LP was on my channel for, like, over a year. It took a really, really long time to do, and whatnot. Nothing I can do here. This is a powerbomb door. Can't do anything about this for a good freaking half the game, I think. Okay, what do we got? Another gate. Here's some more, I guess. Oh, I think this is the last of these troopers here, judging by the side there. I'm the only one left. Managed to get out of the hive, but when I got to the ship, everyone was gone. Dead. I'm heading for that alien building we saw earlier. Maybe someone can help me there? Wait, something's moving down there. Hello? Oh, great. More wasps. I don't think these guys are as aggressive as they were in Prime 1, because, I mean, they're trying to shoot us with a very slow moving projectile there, so... Yeah, like, why is it that the containers don't really have a thing there that's really bizarre? It's just a scanner up here. Like, why does this not have a scan entry? Like, I don't know, it's just weird and maybe a little inconsistent. It's a wasp hive, I'll scan that, I guess. I don't know if I can get that without missiles, but I can get missiles now, so that's good. I don't really know differences in this game like I do with the Prime 1, but I'm curious if, like, if there are any differences in, like, if, like, Prime 1, if this is based on, like, a PAL version or something. I don't actually know, like, what the differences are between, if there even are differences in this game. I know Prime 1 has a ton of differences, though. Shoot, can I do anything with this yet? I kind of know what this is referring to, I just don't know how it wants me to do this yet. Okay, I'm seeing more of a hive here. This. This isn't just, like, shoot it with a missile, is it? Oh, it totally is. Never mind. Maybe that's why they have, like, a bunch of respawning enemies here, just to give you more missiles in case you run out or whatever. Now I should be able to break through this. I was thinking this was something else, but that's fine. Take these missiles back. Dang, this prologue area is actually a lot bigger than I thought it was. But I guess that makes sense. They kind of just want to give you a lot of kind of setup for this game. Though, granted, I know Prime 1 and honestly even Prime 3 probably a lot more than I know this game. I say that and I haven't actually played Prime 3 in a while, though granted I've played it more recently than this game still. I don't know when the last time I played Prime 2 was. It was... I have a save file that's like near 100% done. Like, I'm basically at the end game, I just don't have every item. But I'm still at, like... Oh, God. I'm pretty sure I'm still only at, like... What am I trying to say here? I don't actually know what I was trying to say there. I mean, I'm most of the way through, and it would have been, you know, this is on my Wii U here, so it would have been after I lost all of the, all my, like, saves before. There is a save room in there, too. I was kind of hopeful to get the other scans of that there, but There's also just Bendesium here. There's a... or Talaric alloy, I guess. It's a power bomb thing, I'm pretty sure. We can't do this right now. I guess I can talk about stuff that happened this past week. Did anyone watch the Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase? Because I did, and it wasn't really for me all that much there. I'm sure I'll have another chance to get those, like, bat creatures that kind of flew out of there. So yeah, my first time playing this, I also did not get the, like, the save room there either. This does not look fun at all. Yeah, we got some dark versions of these guys again. I want to say we have something here. I didn't miss anything. I seem to remember being able to, like, walk around this room before the fight begins, but I don't know how true that actually is. I could always just be misremembering. Yeah, okay, now this is what I'm thinking of here. You have to scan this guy here. This is an Alpha Splinter. And I'm pretty sure you have to get the normal Alpha Splinter here. And then I'm pretty sure this thing gets corrupted by a dark version partway through the fight. Oh my god, you are fast and aggressive here. Yeah, so this thing kind of gets, like, corrupted, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I want to say you need to get the, like, the regular Alpha Splinter, like, before this, basically. So much damage there. Can I, like, get some health back from you here? Keep in mind, I'm only playing on, like, the normal difficulty. If I was on hard mode, this guy would be doing way more damage, and I would, like, he would have way more health, and he would have way more... I'd be taking way more damage. This game has a big problem with, like, HP sponge bosses. There's some bosses in this game that are just, like, not great. And this... don't think is any sort of item. I think it just lets us, like, scan certain doors. Unknown item acquired. Alien technology is bonded to armor systems. Threat scan complete. No negative impact on suit performance. Again, I think that just lets us go through certain doors, basically. Of course, I'm looking at, like, the last one here. Or not? Am I mistaken here? Well, I mean... oh, this isn't the same way I went in there. Okay. I was gonna say, I may as well go back and save then, but this is not the way to the save room. This is actual, like, progress, I think. I remember this being, like, where the story exposition kind of happens here because of, well, reasons. Sentinel of Limnoth, please listen. Here for a world's peril. Long ago, a cosmic object fell into our planet, aether exploding with great force. A rift was torn in time and space, and a strange power flowed over the world. There was once one aether, there were now two, one of light and one of shadow, each existing in its own dimension. It's the end of peace and aether, for a new race was born on that day in the Dark World, one filled with hate and terrible power. They are the Ing. The Ing are creatures of shadows and darkness, knowing nothing of peace or mercy. For decades we stood against them, yet we now lie on the verge of defeat. When Dark Aether was born, our planetary energy was divided. Half for our world and half for theirs. Should one world gain control of this energy, the other will perish. Before you arrived, the Ing had stolen a device from us, one that collected planetary's energy. With that, it had weakened our planet to the verge of collapse. But fortune smiled upon us this day, for the energy transfer module is now bonded to you. With it, you can help us to restore our world. You're our only hope, Samus. Should we fall, the Ing will look to the stars for new planets to ravage and conquer. Your species could be the next victims. The Ing have taken our energy to the 3 temples on Dark Aether. Find these temples and transfer the energy from them to your own. I've updated the map system with the location of another temple. There's knowledge there that can help you on your way. Also updated your translator module. You can now access devices. Doors with the violet holograms. Many lands open to you now. Prepare well for your journey. The Ing know you possess the energy transfer module. They'll try to recover it at all costs. Turn me once you restore energy to a temple. I will aid you as I can. Basically, now we have our objective. We have a lot of stuff to scan here. There's Umos. We can now scan this here, which is just lore here. Luminoth lore in particular. There's going to be a lot of this. Told Luminoth we're not born of Aether, but of the stars. In the early days, we roamed greatness and void, breathing in the glorious light of 1,000 stars. A vast number of enlightened minds, yet the Nekren, the Yala, and the Chozo among them. Each of them we founded, claimed a homeworld, and formed a deep bond with. In time, we decided to do the same. Alright, well... yeah, so I was kind of talking a bit about the Direct there the other day. I don't know why they're being, like, you know, I'm not saying anything new here, but I don't know why, in essence, they're being so tight-lipped about, like, news about, like, a lot of the first-party stuff, because, like, if stuff's coming out later this year, I'd like to imagine that most stuff is basically gotta be done pretty much at this point, I would think. But, yeah, we still are waiting on dates for... I'm surprised they didn't announce a date when they talked about the new Hyrule Warriors there, because I was almost certain that they would have. Or certain that they would have at least talked about it anyway. I guess not sure of the fact that they just didn't, like, show off any other information about it otherwise, but yeah. I don't know, I think it's just a little bizarre in a way that they don't really talk about or acknowledge those things there. But, I mean, it'll happen in due time. We have a few months left of the year, and all these things will be out by that time at the end of the year, so... You know, when that happens, it'll happen, you know? Great, this dark energy crap is gonna happen here. Hey look, the first person to chat is a bot. Hey, guess what? I don't like robots, unless your names are Jenny or... Unless your names are Jenny, Robotic Operating Bunny, or Bunny, no. I'm sure there's other robot characters I've actually like, well, like, you know, Igus, or Robo, or... I'm sure there's other robot characters. I remember I had this weird thing where I was like, why is there, like, so many, like, blonde-hair robot waifus in video games? I still stand by that question, even though I do like that, like, trope. I'll never say no to blonde-hair waifus. What is this? Energy tank, I'll gladly take that. I will try my best to, like, maybe about getting 100% items, but there might be a point where I may need to consult a guide later just to see about that, because I don't know where everything is off the top of my head. I have not played this game in a long time, so... Apparently I got close in my last playthrough, but yeah, I just don't really know. I don't think I can get this still, can I? Heard music outside. I was trying to see if I recognized that. It is a Saturday night though, so I wouldn't be surprised if people are, I don't know, outside doing Saturday night campfire things. I don't know. I guess there's another door down this way here. Aha, this might be a little more. Where I need to go here. I actually don't know off the top of my head. Where is it? I would assume this area here, maybe. I mean, this would be a good spot to guess at, anyways. Oh yeah, I can totally go this way now. A lot of the areas in this game are very... Yeah, okay, I can go this way. A lot of areas are very much, like... You'll understand what I mean whenever I go to these areas here. It's very much like, go to area, return to the temple ground, and then, like... Look at reading... I can look at reading that now, I guess. Lore, I guess. Tree for warrior, J. Me. Our army swells. Beasts and rogue machines join the ranks of the horde, all eager to bring death to the Luminoth. The Ings sent these new additions to the industrial site to do battle with me. Watch from safety, cowardly mongrels. My only regret is in death is that I did not live to see the day of their defeat. May it come soon. I agree. I agree. From now on, teammates. I found myself, like, quoting that all the time. It's like the most random line I could possibly say. It's So Transformer Cybertron, I think it's, what the heck is the character's name that says that? The guy from the Giant Planet? I searched for a home, took us years to get through the cosmos for a great cycle. We roamed, yet a place to call our own eluded us. The news of a world unlike any other, when we beheld Aether for the first time, so it was her beauty that we forsook the stars live upon our surface from the day forth, Luminoth of Aether, our blessed paradise. But yeah, so this is the first major area of the game here. There's 3 major kind of areas and arcs of the game. This is the first one. This is Agon Waste. I'm probably gonna have a lot of scanning to do here because we're about to run into a whole bunch of new enemies here. And other specimen and all this other fun stuff. Yes, this room. I know this is kind of like a big, almost central hub area here. There's also a save room in this room here, and this is what I meant when I said I had to play this far in the game before getting a save room my first time. Because I just completely missed the first 2 save rooms, which is maybe a bit impressive, because, yeah, I don't know. Pretty sure this is the save room here, though. Indeed it is. I remember Agon Wastes being, like, a decent first world, but kind of a boring one in a way, because it's basically just, like, sand and whatnot. I feel like the later worlds get a lot better than this. I think in general, most of these worlds actually are, most of the worlds in this game have a pretty cool and unique theming to them, but this is just not one of them. I just don't remember if I want to go this way or not. Was it worth coming back this way? This thing is... No, it was not. Huh. Well, I guess it makes some sense anyways. There's the sand bats. I got that mostly last time there, but... Can't do anything with that there. But yeah, most of the last direct for me, it wasn't like it was a bad direct. I was kind of glad we got the Pac-Man World 2 remake announcement. And like, there was a lot of games that were good, like, third-party ports of things, but stuff that I already owned on other platforms in particular. Like, Persona 3 Reload, for example. Like, I'm glad to see that coming to Switch 2, but I already own that. There was, I'm trying to think what else there was. I took pictures of, like, the most, like, interesting things for me. There was Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, which I already own on Steam, but, like, I'm not too surprised to see that coming to Switch 2. I am incredibly surprised that is coming to Switch 1. I have no idea how the hell they're gonna even attempt to run that game. Because it's... Like, it's a game made in Unreal 5. Like, I'm genuinely shocked they could even, like, attempt to get that on, like, Switch 1. By the way, there is a... I know there is, like, a secret, like, way off there. That's not something we can get for a very, 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 very long time. I do remember that there is, like, there's a lot of secrets in this room, if I remember right, but that one in particular, I'm pretty sure we need, like, some of the last upgrades in the game in order to get it. I think it's an energy tank, I want to say, but maybe one of the last ones we end up getting in the entire game, I think. So yeah, we also can't interact with this either. Took it long enough there. But yeah, I seem to remember Agon Waste being a pretty linear area, if I remember right. Would be nice if I had bombs right about now. Oh boy, we got pirates. Are these what I think they are? Are these the pirate troopers? Are these the guys that... Yeah. These guys get really annoying when you fight them because, they basically lock the doors behind them, so... I don't know if it's these ones in particular, but, like, in later times you might just be trying to go from room to room, and, like, you'll run into a battle of pirate troopers that you're required to basically fight, or they run away after a certain amount of time, but it's like, I just want to go from room to room. I don't want to fight these guys, but the doors get locked anyways, so that does get a little annoying when we fight these guys, so keep that in mind. I don't know if we can do anything here or not. Maybe? I guess we can keep going this way here. Oh wait, hold on. That's a fairly easy missile to get there. Don't mind some missile expansions. There's at least one other, like, Switch 2 announcement that I was really excited for. Oh god, do I have to fight whatever's in this room? Because I remember this room having a very annoying, like, fight encounter in it, but I don't know if it's right now. We'll start to see some things appearing in weird states like that. Basically, that means that, well, you'll see. For now, though, I think we're probably gonna... oh wait, hold on, we actually have to... No, I don't have bombs yet, either. Maybe I can't do the thing in this room that I thought I could have. Huh. Can't do anything with that there. I don't think I can actually do this yet. I guess that makes some sense, I suppose, but... this gives me a excuse to keep... What? Did I not just come from this way? No, okay, never mind. The room is just kind of mirrored. But yeah, I saw there was a new Katamari. I've never actually played Katamari before, but I know it, like, it's a big deal for a lot of people. I don't know what else really got announced otherwise, I'm trying to think. But yeah, it's like, I think they, I've seen people say this, and I definitely think I agree that I wish it was kind of a standard direct with, like, the announcements they had, plus, like, a handful of the first-party ones, because, like, I do agree that they probably would have done that. Oh, come on, I didn't want to fall all the way down here. I think they definitely could have done that, but they just kind of didn't, and I'm not really sure why. But, oh well. It is what it is, I suppose. These are the same war wasps, yeah. That's what I thought. And yeah, I got these missiles already. Do I have... Yeah, okay, I do have missile doors also. Oh, we have shriek bats. These things are as annoying as they are in Prime 1. Looks of things probably not really. I mean, maybe a little bit. Hard to say if they're a little easier or not to attack there, but... I was gonna say, I had a feeling we'd have a fight here. Alpha Sand Digger. Let's fight him. I want to say we get bombs from this, if I remember right. This is another instance where, like, yeah, you have to scan the enemy first, and then he turns into something different here, so... Yeah, this is the Bomb Guardian here. So, like, yeah, if you didn't get the Sand Digger there, I don't know if you're able to get this here otherwise, but... for the most part, Bomb Guardian, he's pretty easy. I honestly think the Splinter, the Dark, like, the first sub-boss we fought is probably harder. Some of these sub-bosses are legitimately, like, among the hardest bosses in the game, but not this first one. Yeah, he's pretty easy. But he does, in fact, manifest. Us getting a token thing there, and the bombs. And I'll scan these here too, because why wouldn't I? Oh, finally. I don't know how long I'll stream for tonight. I feel like in the past I've played up to the end of Agon Wastes before, but that might still take a while anyway, because of reasons we'll get into... Okay, yeah, this is talking about, like, stuff being weak to telluric alloy, which means bomb. And I think this room here we want to go to. I remember what this is, anyway. I remember being a very slow-moving process here, because... This here is kind of what the Luminoth guy was talking about anyway. This is, in fact, the energy controller. Oh wait, hold on. Is it this here that I need to scan? Sentinel of the Aegon Temple, sorry. This is a message survives my death. This guns the one who will fight the Ying. Portal to Dark Aether lies nearby. With it, you can travel to this land's shadow. You must locate a dark temple, a twisted mockery of this sacred place. Inside, you'll find the energy controller you seek. Temple door is held there by 3 lock keys. The keys for these locks are hidden throughout the Dark Land. Search will be difficult. Even the very air of the Dark Aether is dangerous. It can cripple the strongest of warriors. In past struggles with the Ying, we placed a series of light crystals throughout the world. They remain today. These crystals create safe areas that will protect you from the harmful atmosphere of the Dark World. Updated your translator module, you can access these doors coated with amber holograms. More of these lands are open to explore. When you have taken the entrance to the Dark Temple, return here at once. Lights of Aether serve you well. Energy is fully replenished. Yep, that's basically the objective of this game in a nutshell. All the areas follow something similar to this, where you have to find this controller, it unlocks a path to another area, and then we basically have to rinse and repeat it a lot. I'm making it sound like it's a lot worse than it is. Prime 2's definitely, I think, still a really good game, but it does have its tedious moments anyway. Okay, thank God I can at least skip these sequences a little bit here. I was about to say, I don't know if I can continue going this way. Okay, I can't continue going either way here, so I basically just have to kind of go back the way I came. Not actually what I thought was going to happen here, but fair enough, I suppose. Trying to think, there's still quite a lot of upgrades that I can think of that we still have to get, even in just this, like, prologue area. I think I have an idea where we're going at next, though, anyways. Okay. Can open this here now. This door, where will we get? Oh, it's just a missile expansion. Gladly take that. If anybody knows if there's any, like, missiles or anything like that, I have no problem if people let me know those kinds of things, because it's not really, like, backseating, and I also, like, I know, like, this is definitely not a blind playthrough. I just, like I said a bunch of times, I have beaten this game before. It's just been a while anyway. Again, I think the last time I played this game would have either been, like, maybe 2013 or 2014, something like that. I think I can do the thing in here now that it's required to do. Oh, crap. Is this going to be what I think it is? Some more pirates here. Maybe it's not the thing that I was thinking of. There's a much harder... Oh, man. Nope, maybe it is the hard, annoying thing here. Yeah, this darkness crap starts to infest these pirate troopers here. This fight's actually kind of difficult, if you can believe it. These guys are really, really aggressive here. These dark pirate trooper guys. They take a lot of abuse here. Like, look how much health I've lost just from fighting this guy here. I lost basically a full energy tank there just because that guy did not stop shooting me the whole time. And I unloaded, like, most of my missiles into that guy, too, so... Yeah, this fight can definitely be quite tricky here. Here's some lore. Energy controllers built in the Great Temple. 3 sub-controllers are built in temples of Torvus, Agon, and Sanctuary. They collected the energy of Aether, then radiated over the world to who needed it. In time, we came to call this precious energy Light of Aether. It brought an age of peace and prosperity to the Luminoth. Kind of a little bit of foreshadowing of the other places. But yeah, I remember, like, I'm pretty sure my playthrough with the... I did do a playthrough on Hyper Mode, like, back in the day, like, mostly, I think. Oh, we actually have a morph ball area. This is kind of neat. There's some really inventive morph ball puzzles in this game. But yeah, I remember that first playthrough just being really, or that, like, Hyper Mode playthrough, I was, like, borderline dead at this point. And there was some really, like, brutally hard bosses in that. There's one boss in particular that, like, everyone signals as being, like, the hardest one in the game, and it's definitely not something we'll fight this stream, but it is definitely one that gave me, like, some of the most trouble, basically. Yep, we just keep doing this here. Sorry if in advance the motion controls end up being a bit much for anybody that's... I kind of just like... Oh, shoot. Oh, I don't think this is going to be too difficult to get back to, I don't think. My first playthrough of this, I know I played with the slow sensitivity on, and every review I saw was basically like, nah, don't play with the sensitivity on slow. If you do, that's like Metroid Red Steel, man. You need to play with it on fast to really get it. And I was like, okay. But now I play with it on fast all the time just because I don't know, I like a nice sensitivity like that. Everyone, like, all my friends basically make fun of me, like, oh my god, why is your computer mouse, like, the most sensitive thing in the world? Because, like, I have the sensitivity cranked on my mouse, and all my friends are like, dude, why is your thing, like, you flick it and it's just, like, yeah, but that's just what I'm used to, basically. And doing all of that will create generate some energy, and should generate the main thing that this room is kind of known for. So, I want these little bug creatures here. Oh, well, whatever. I can scan them from here. This here, this is gonna be our portal to the Dark World. Dun, 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 dun. I like how Samus just casually, nonchalantly walks through again. Like, what if she walked through and the same crap that happened before happened again? This transition reminds me a lot of like a Mario Sunshine level transition, you know what I mean? Anyways, welcome to Dark Aether. This place... Time to turn into a rabbit hole. Yeah, pretty much. I was just making the Link to the Past references there. Welcome on in, Ardo. Hope you're having a good evening there. So, this is Dark Aether. This place is interesting, and especially for this first part of the game here. You can go back to Light Aether if you really want to. I'm not going to, but I'm just kind of turning this on just in case I can scan this here. Yeah, I kind of had a feeling that was a scan there. So you don't want to stand in... You want to stand in these safe areas as much as you can, because if you're not in them, you're going to take a lot of damage. The plus side is that you can get a lot of health in the Dark World really, really easily. And you see these things here, you'll want to basically shoot these things in order to create a beacon here. And that's pretty much the gist of what the Dark World gimmick is like here. It's not that great for Agon Waste because, I'll just say it, like, we get an upgrade at the end of this world here that makes traveling in Dark World so much easier, but, yeah, shoot, do I... Oh god, do I want to go back to that area in the Light World, though? That's my question. I suppose I can check this area out. I definitely got some health to burn here. I'm good to keep staying in this place in Dark World here. Samus sounds like good dark bad. Yeah, pretty much. We got some more new enemies here, if I can actually scan them here. I think there's a missile in this room, but I don't think we can get it for a really long time, if I remember right. Hopefully you can shoot these guys even when they're in the ground, basically. Just gonna ignore some of this stuff here. The health actually doesn't drain as fast as I thought it would have, believe it or not, but it's still not something you'll want to stick around in, mind you, but... Save room. Okay, I can rest a little bit easier knowing this is here, because it has been a while since we had one of these. We actually just had a pretty difficult fight on our hands there previously. Okay, so this... Is this just back at the beginning of... The areas in this place all, like... It can be a little tricky to kind of navigate here. I think we do have kind of a mid-boss here, though, and I think a pretty useful one, if I remember right. This is a warrior ring. Okay, so not a mid-boss necessarily, but definitely just a tougher than normal enemy here. Thankfully, we're standing in the middle of a field that can heal us here, so it's not too difficult here. It's weird that he's attacking us with like a beam of light, but oh well. He's not too bad. I just came from this side here, so... I hope I didn't miss... I know there's, like, one really stupid, like, scan. I hope it's not in this area here. I don't think it's in this room here. I want to say it's in a different fight that we're coming up on soon. I thought it was in a healing field there. I guess not. There's one, like, basically in Shutter, basically, that's a one-time scan, and in one, like, just one room like that where you're fighting, like, an ing like that. I don't think it's that one. I think it's a different room that has that. Oh, oh, this guy's a moving field. That makes more sense. You can get a lot of health pretty quickly in this area, though, which is definitely very, very nice. Can't get this for an insanely long time because... yeah, there's, as far as I know, there's no way to get that without the spider ball, which you don't get until, like, the third main area of the game, so gonna be a while before we get that. I think it's this area that I was thinking of here. Yep, we have a different guy here. This is... I believe this is the Jump Guardian here, if I remember right. It sure is. Is this what I'm thinking of here? Where is the door that I came back from? You know what? Since I did just save, I kind of want to show this. I'm pretty sure there... I think there was actually a thing I missed here. I did just save not long ago, so this isn't going to take me too long to get back to, but, like, I want to show you just how kind of stupid this, like, missable secret is, if it's the one I'm thinking of here. I think it only happens when you fight the first, like, warrior ring, so... It's not going to take me that long to get back to, though. Yeah, hope you're having a good night there, Ardo, and hope any other lurkers are having a good night here on both the YouTubes and the Twitch front. We're now streaming on both platforms here, and I started finally actually uploading all the archived not uploading, making public all the random archived streams that I've been sitting on for years and years and years now. This was not it. So, expect on the YouTube side of things to see a lot of old VODs. Some of them were actually dating back to, like, 2020, like, 2023, I think. I didn't realize it was that far back when I started doing them. Is it not this area? I know there's, like, a very specific ing border that shows up in one of these fights. Maybe it's not this one, I don't remember. It might not be here, it might not be during Jump Guardian either. It might be like a fight after Jump Guardian. There's like a literal one-time scan that's just like this border here. If it is, it's no huge deal here. Got a burrito for dinner. Nice, nice. Okay, this was me kind of overreacting a little bit, but trying to be safe than sorry. I know there is a really, really stupid missable scan. I only remember that because, like, I was reading through Nintendo Power one day and I saw it there. Like, I actually do have an issue of Nintendo Power with this game that talks about where all, like, I think it talks about, like, where every scan in the game is, which is pretty funny. Like, it's not a strategy guide, although, funny enough, I think I do own I own the Prime 3 strategy guide. I got that at a bookshop in, Nova Scotia one time. I actually got a lot of weird stuff at that place before, and like the last time I went there I saw that they had a bunch of like bootleg Pokemon plushies and some other just weird stuff there. Alright, here's Jump Guardian again. We got Jump Force. I heard like Jump Force like barely lasted like a handful of years because of like weird licenses and other weird stuff with that. I'm just double checking here. I guess it's not here. But yeah, this is a boss here. Not a particularly hard one, but probably harder than some of the last couple that we fought. I mean, the Bomb Guardian's pretty gosh darn easy. But the fact we have a health spot just makes this so much easier here. Yeah, another reason I'm, I guess, playing this now is, like, I've held off for a long time of hoping that, like, Prime 2 would ever get the Prime Remaster treatment, which I would still love to see and watch it freaking get that at some point in the near future, but I don't really think it's going to in a way. And I was kind of thinking, I'm like, you know, I played all the 2D Metroids leading up to Metroid Dread. So hey Bowie, hope you're having a good day. And I just was like, you know what, I want to play through Prime 2 and Prime 3 again before 4, even though I doubt there's gonna be that much, like, overarching lore. If anything, I should probably play Prime Hunters again, even though I don't really want to play Prime Hunters at all, but... Well, this superstar is definitely no star anymore. You're just saying that, Erdo's just making me think of, like, now with, Donkey Kong Bonanza. Not to get, like, super off-topic in that, but I love, like, the new vocal song they did for TK Bonanza. If you know, you know, and that's all I'm gonna say. That is such a good song. Finally, I got Space Jump again, which I'm really glad Prime 3 just lets you keep this from the default even after you get injured and all that jazz. I know there was the gate that dropped down there, but I think I want to keep going this way, maybe? There's a bunch of doors here. Sorry, I'm getting a little whelmed here of which way I should be going here, but it's all good. Oh, shoot. Maybe this... Oh, okay. This works, I guess. I was about to say, maybe this wasn't the best place to go here, but... Nah, I can... These tentacles are also so common in the Dark World, and they pretty much give a lot of health almost all the time, so... They're nothing too... bad to worry about. Okay, back here... Do I want to go back to the light world now? I'm trying to think what that would accomplish for me. I mean, I have double jump now. Let me look at my map here and see. That's a missile door, which I can't do anything with. I'll be back in this area later. I mean, if it's the missile door, I'm gonna be kicking myself, but I don't know, as of right now, I keep feeling like this is gonna be the way I want to go here. Let's head back through, and hopefully we don't have to fight those dark pirates again, because those guys are not fun to deal with. Oh yeah, this opened up here before. Now we have another way we can go here, because we activated that in the Dark World. That's kind of a lot of what's going to be happening in this game. Oh, for God's sake, I hear pirate music. Why do I hear pirate music? Well, if it's just these guys, that's fine. These guys are fairly easy. It's the dark versions of these, I'm gonna be in trouble. But, yep, we do have a double jump now, which is really, really convenient. Well, this loops back around to places we have been, I think. Well, we haven't been this way in the... Oh yeah, we have been this way before, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this loops back this way, okay. And should not be flicking the Wii remote so close to the microphone. That might be a mistake. Yeah, okay, I have been this way before. This is the save room, I think. Yes, yes it is. Also, I think I said hi to you, Bowie, but if I didn't, then hope you're having a good night there. Or a good time of day, whatever time of day it is over where you are. Hope everyone's having a good time of day. There's some more lore here, I think. Aether's planetary energy supply reached a critical stage. If left unchecked, the energy would expire, bringing an end to the world. Our greatest minds devised a way to preserve and regulate the remaining planetary energy, the energy controllers. And I can now go this way. I think this is actually maybe where we're going to be heading now, because... Oh, maybe. I think I did say hi to you earlier, but I'll say hi again. Definitely take the map station. If you're not new to the stream, but if you haven't, like, been around in a while, I am, in fact... streaming on both YouTube and Twitch now, because I just kind of figured, you know, it would be easier to archive and, like, keep for, like, uploading later. Like, this can just, if it's on YouTube, it can just automatically stay up after the fact. And, I know Twitch did some things earlier this year that some people aren't really too crazy about, so and I totally understand that, so if people want a platform where they don't have to worry about that kind of stuff, then I don't really blame them. Yeah, that is definitely true, Ardo. Like, the Luminoth definitely... There is more of that, like... As you said, there is a bit more of, like, a hope for survival in this, rather than, you know, Talon 4 was just screwed from the very beginning, so... I can go this way now. Energy tank, I'll take that. Very nice, especially when I won't be, like, able to heal all that much here. Or I won't be able to, or like I'll be taking a lot of damage from Dark Aether. Okay, I haven't gone this way, if I can even go this way though. Alright, I forgot to have double jump now. That would definitely help if I was to be using that. I don't know if I can make that. Nope. I don't know if the tag will work. Oh, never mind. I didn't realize Bowie switched from YouTube to Twitch there. So yeah, no, it's I have the stream set up anyway to display both the YouTube chat and the Twitch chat now, so maybe I can actually, I don't know if I can come back from of course you guys are, I mean, what content creator doesn't talk to themselves, let's be completely honest. Is this the way back to the temple? Yeah, I can't do anything there, so... I guess I'll go back to the portal there. I guess I wasn't supposed to come back this way, but I was able to get an energy tank out of that, so I can't complain too much. This was not where I meant to go. Yeah, so... I'm just gonna ignore the pirates this time. I don't don't see any reason to fight these guys. Although I'm taking a big old beating from these guys anyway. Taking a good old Madame Grunty-sized beating. Congratulations! You win a beating. I like this one. I'd say that's another game I should play again at some point, but, like, I also just played that game last fall when it came to the Switch Online, so... Well, I'm sure I'll play that again at some point. It was a fun game to kind of go through. Okay, where can I go here? I know there is a door. Well, there's at least 2 doors I haven't gone through yet, so... I'll try the missile door then, in that case, because that seems like it's the likely spot there. Okay, let's not die here. I said let's not die here. I'm definitely taking a ton of damage here. Give me a beacon where I can just kind of infinitely rest in here. There is kind of a... Oh, wait, hold on. There is a... The blue energy is in this game. That helps a lot. Replenishes 50. I had a feeling that was in this game, but for some reason I thought that was like a Metroid Prime 3 thing. It's nice whenever you can find those things, though, because they do restore a lot of your health. Now, can I get up to... the other area there? The answer to that is yes. Yes, I definitely can. Actually, I can't do anything here in the light world. Is there anything... Green, I think, is super missiles, so I can't do anything about that at the moment. And I don't get super missiles until the next region anyway, so... Yeah, I definitely can't go that way. Shoot, this is... Well, I can still maneuver on the other sides of this area. I can't... This is, like, the end goal area, like, the main boss of this area is down there. You can actually see it from off in the distance here. I don't think I can scan it from far away, though. No, it says I'm out of scanning range here. Oh. Okay, I didn't think I could start getting those yet, but sure. Our main objective, as they said, was to find 3 keys here. I still remember there being a lot of Agon waste that we have yet to really see here. Okay, I can't do anything with that there yet. Although this is a technically different scan because I have one of the keys now. I think I made a mistake coming over this way. Shoot, get me the Fudgio back here. So, while I wait for my health to restore a little bit there, I was talking a little bit about the Direct earlier, the partner showcase we had just this past week. The games I was most excited for, granted, I don't know if I'll actually get these, given that I have most of these on other systems. Pac-Man World 2 I am interested in, but I haven't decided if that's going to be a right-away purchase or not. It'll depend, I think, if there's anything releasing close to it or not, because we still don't know the dates of a lot of other stuff. I actually own Pac-Man World 2, which also has Pac-Man Versus because it's the GameCube version. Funny enough, this game is already on Switch, which I find really funny, but that's a neat multiplayer version of Pac-Man where you connect to the Game Boy Advance, and on the GBA someone plays basically traditional Pac-Man, and on the TV the people play as the ghosts, which it's a very interesting, like, multiplayer focused version of Pac-Man. There's like a Switch version that does something sort of similar for, like, you need multiple switches, I think, basically, and I think there is like a free version of it you can download that basically includes for, like, playing multiplayer with that, which is a neat thing for it. There is something kind of annoying, though, with Pac-Man World 2 that I'm not crazy about, and I'm really not big on the whole game key card thing, and I know that's probably something Switch 2 owners are sick of hearing talking about and all that, and I don't have anything new to add to it that other people don't. I don't want to say I'm exclusively physical, because, like, I will buy digital games if there's, like, good deals and stuff for them. I feel like this is pretty much where I need to be going. Here's the portal on that side of that room there. But, you know, I'll buy digital games if they're on, like, a good sale and whatnot, and I feel like Pac-Man World 2 is gonna be on a sale at some point, because the first one's usually on sale for, like, $10 or less, usually, I think. And I feel like, give it a year or two, Pac-Man World 2 is gonna be that cheap also, so it's like, I don't know if I'm in a rush to get that remake or not, even though it is something I do want to probably eventually play. I also just think Pac-Man World 2 is really hard. I remember trying to play that game back when I was in, like, shoot, this wasn't the way I wanted to go at all here. Okay, this way is where I want to go. But yeah, Pac-Man World 2 is a big one, and I think the announcement for me that's probably my most anticipated, which is a really weird one, and it's, again, another game that I own multiple copies of. In fact, I'll flex one of the versions of this game that I own, and probably is this game? I know I have it down here somewhere. Is my copy of this? I'll have to look for that later. I was gonna grab my DS copy of Plants vs. Zombies, but I don't see that down with my other DS games. I'm not sure where that went to. I feel like I was playing that at some point not long ago. It might have just fell in behind something somewhere, but... Huh, I don't know where that is. But yeah, Plants vs. Zombies got a new version announced, which I know that game's been on everything for, like, 15 years now, but funny enough, they haven't really done much with that in a long time. I know EA kind of did an EA thing and screwed it over for a long time, but I'm excited with what they showed anyway of what appears to be a more faithful version of the original game and in high def. I think it's only the second, maybe third time Plants vs. Zombies was ever in HD. I know there was a... the version of Plants vs. Zombies on iPad years ago, I think, was like a specific HD version, I'm pretty sure. This still ain't it either, huh? Yeah, I'm unironically really excited to play Plants vs Zombies on the Switch and Switch 2. For me, I think that's been like genuinely one of my more hyped announcements for it. I mentioned this the other day that, like, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is coming to Switch 2, and also the original Switch, and I have to ask, how in the fresh fuck did they get that game running on Switch 1? That game is, like, struggles to run, I think, on, like, not struggles to run, but, like, I've heard that that game can have some issues even on, like, PlayStation 5, and it was definitely built with those, like, higher-end systems in mind. I could barely run it on my computer from, like, 2020. I think most of the parts of my computer are from, like, 2018, though, but still, it was, like, you know, my computer's a little old now. It was, I hate saying that, but it was literally 5 years ago when I built it. I think quite literally 5 years ago. It was August of 2020 when I built it, so, you know, a little older now, and definitely running on, it was running on, like, mid-gen parts from then, but of course there's been, like, there was a whole generational shift then, and now we're into, like, even higher stuff there, so my computer's kind of low-end for nowadays stuff, which is a little unfortunate, but it's kind of why I bought a Steam Deck, actually, because yeah, I use a Steam Deck for a lot of stuff now. Well, I say that, not really. I haven't actually played much on my Steam Deck in a while anyway, but I do have a Steam Deck now, so... Okay, where else can I go here? I feel like there's other rooms that I'm forgetting about here. That's an elevator to somewhere else. I feel like I have to go this way, but I don't see how I'm supposed to get to the door there. There's a portal there, but that's the half-pipe room. I can't reach that. Maybe did I go through what was... Maybe I didn't go this way. Oh man, it's gotta be one of the options here. I know what the other side of Agon Waste looks like, but... Definitely having one of those kind of lost moments here. I'm not as familiar with this game as I am with Metroid Prime 1, I can tell you that for certain. Okay, yeah, I was in this room earlier, but well, hold on. Can I scan this? Yes, but this is just lore. Time we detected the stellar object shriek towards our world, it was too late to stop it. We fired numerous weapons in vain to alter trajectory, nothing worked. Our efforts placed a greater strain on the energy controllers and weakened Aether. Do as the object drew closer was take shelter and wait. We gathered stores of food and water, reinforced the shielding on our dwellings, and spent the last hours in peace. Poor guys. Oh my god, I didn't see this freaking tunnel here. I was probably looking, like, straight at that, but nope, did not see that tunnel there at all. I love missing really obvious stuff sometimes. Everyone's probably face palming. I mean, it's not as bad as the, like, that one part of Final Fantasy VII, or not Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VI, where I spent like an hour going up and down that one mountain to do that thing with Mog there. There's also an even longer part where, like, the one part where it's like, pick your party of 3 and go into battle, where I kept misreading that dialogue, and, like, wondering where the heck I was supposed to be going, and wondering why I couldn't, like, go into that battle, and it was because I kept picking a party of 4, basically, which just avoided that whole sequence, and just kind of let you freely roam. It's like, of all the things to mistake there, that's, like, such a dumb one. And I spent like an hour looking for whatever. I'm only remembering these things because, you know, I just published those, or like scheduled those VODs earlier today. I know there's an asshole shooting at me here, but invisible guys, please don't get infected by darkness here. There's more guys here. Oh shoot, that guy's gonna take the turret here. This is gonna be... These things are very, very dangerous. You don't want to be caught in, like, the crossfires of these things. The last thing I think I was, like, genuinely kind of excited from with the Direct was... I did say, Persona 3 Reload does, like... I shouldn't say that interests me, though, because I literally own that on the Xbox already, so... Which, in hindsight, I wish I bought that on Steam, but at the time I was like, I have Game Pass, I'm just gonna play it on Game Pass, and then, like... I bought it digitally on Xbox, so I didn't want to keep paying for Game Pass after my trial ran out. And then... Yeah, basically I'm not really much of a PC gamer. I don't really like sitting at my computer to play stuff half the time. Like, I would have rather have it on Switch 2 or Steam Deck or something, just so I could actually play it, like... on my TV, basically. What is this here? A secret or a way to go? I'm gonna lean towards the latter, but I would love if this was some sort of secret here. Actually, this might be a way to go here. I don't know if we could actually have gone. Oh well, we have a bunch of guys going towards this dark portal here. That's something. It's kind of cool that you can see the action kind of unfolding as you're going through this, like, little tunnel here. Is this... Oh great, we have a lot of lore here. Science team dedicated the presence of Phazon in the... OSHA system for cycles ago. High Command authorized deployment of our teams shortly thereafter. Our orders are to establish a base on the planet Aether and evaluate local phazon resources. Because this world lies on the periphery of Galactic Federation territory, we're following stealth protocols at the highest level. Cadre of elite commandos have been dispatched to provide security for our forces as well. This operation is underway. They're back to trying to mine phazon because of reasons. Spatial anomaly has been found within our base. We believe this to be a rift space-time lead to a parallel dimension of some type, but have yet to being unable to interact with it thus far. A strange artifact found near the anomaly as well. Maybe some kind of weapon generator or some kind. Perhaps it's the key to accessing the anomaly. High Command is eager for reports on the relic. A new weapon for our arsenal is always welcome. Rift portal has been opened. The artifact weapon, dubbed the Dark Beam by the science team, provide the energy we need to open the portal, though for limited time we've sent the expedition through the portal and they have returned with incredible news. Portal leads to a parallel version of Aether. This dark Aether has suffered a global calamity, turning into a toxic wasteland. It's the homeworld of the shadowy creatures who have been raiding our base for the last cycle. Most importantly is the prime location of phazon in this sector. Extraction plans are being prepared. We will not be denied. Intelligence reports the indigenous population of Aether are in error. This planet is not at peace, though, nor are the inhabitants docile. Evidence of Class 4 conflict is present here, though. The hostilities are at a minimum level now. Our territory has suffered severe raids by a strange type of shadowy creature. These raids have caused considerable damage, and we have requested more combat troops in response. Well, definitely seems like the... Oh, no, we have more pirate data here. More pirate lore. Wrong button. Phazon extraction raids are underway at Dark Aether. The toxicity in the atmosphere has taken a toll on the workforce, and their hostile natives of that world. Science team is preparing survival gear to protect our work teams, and we have increased our security presence in the extraction areas. Fortunately, High Command is sending more and more troops and supplies. Our troops have resources have spread dangerously thin, and this mission cannot fail. I don't think the rest of these are lore. I mean, they're like other scan entries you can read here, but I don't think they're actually at anything of like supreme note here. I don't know if it's this room or if it's a different room in okay, there's definitely one thing here. New research. Can't determine the origin of Aether's dark twin. Contains high levels of phazon ore. Native bioforms are back on site. There's just a portal to... Oh, this portal's inactive, okay. Makes a little bit more sense. I seem to remember there being a lot more, like... Oh wait, no, these are just normal pirates, okay. Sorry, I was about to say, I seem to remember there being a lot more stuff to Agon Waste, so we still have kind of yet to come across, but... What are you trying to do here, buddy? I don't think I can actually do much there. These aren't lore scans. Oh wait, there is a scan here. Planet Aether. Transdimensional flux welfare has devastated a good proportion of the world's population. Finally, extreme climate shifts have left most of Aether uninhabitable. It's gonna be interesting, I think, playing Metroid Prime 4 in a little bit. Oh. That was not the encounter I expected there. Yeah, no, I think it's gonna be interesting playing Metroid Prime 4 though in a way because, I feel like it's, I mean, first of all, just playing a new Metroid Prime game in 2025 is gonna be weird to begin with. Considering I first played the rest of the trilogy, basically all of the trilogy when I was like 12 years old, and now, I can't actually just crawl out of this area here, really. But, you know, it's just gonna be kind of wild in that regard, but even more so just in the essence that, like, oh, that's just a different door type there. Yeah, I haven't gone this way yet. Oh yeah, this opened the gate here. Different type of turret than what we fought before. Like, when I first played Prime, the whole trilogy, really, I wasn't really the kind of person to scan for lore everywhere I was going and all that fun stuff, so I feel like I'm probably gonna be more inclined to do that in Prime 4 and just kind of have a different, like, more curious sense of mind whenever I eventually do play. Whenever I do eventually play Prime 4. I'm really glad Prime 4 is even just coming out at all. I know it's like an obvious thing to say, like, I'm sure everyone's glad about that, but, like, well, first of all, we have Metroids here as well. Like, the amount of people I've heard over the years just think that, like, Prime 4 is gonna get canceled because of this or that reason, and, like, whatnot. I'm just like, I'm not giving up hope for it, basically, or, like, I never did, really, and it was always, you know, I would always say, like, if it was canceled, then why would it still show up in all the, like, Nintendo's, like, I don't know what you call it, like, the press briefings they always do, like, the fiscal reports, and basically be like, yeah, we've announced this, its release date is TBA, and it's been like that for a long time. Like, they kept that on the press documents since, like, 2000, well, I guess basically since it was announced, I think. Oh, I didn't actually read this lore here. Samus Aran, the accursed hunter, has arrived. The sudden arrival of the hunter is strange enough, but her actions are stranger still. She does not seek her destruction, but our Phazon. Teacher age, she steals Phazon ore, only killing those who attempt to deny her. What she needs it for, we do not know. The science team suspects she requires it to power a new armor suit. The dark in color, it's equipped with strange new weapons. The troops now call her the Dark Hunter. It's a fitting title. Nope, it's a same type of turret, just it looks different, but I guess it's not. I have a bit of a gate here, it's gonna be tilting for us here. Am I hearing fireworks? I'm gonna go. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Okay, I'm sorry about that, but I just heard fireworks that I think are from a town about 15 minutes away. I am kind of surprised how much the sound carried that, not gonna lie. New type of pirate here. I remember this room being kind of annoying, like there's a really big puzzle in this room. I don't even think I can do a lot of it anyway, because I think some of it, like, straight up requires the... some of it straight up requires Spider Ball, I think, but... and Super Missile here. Okay, what do we got? See if I can scan these smaller ones here. There's an energy tank up there. That would be really nice to get there. There's a way to, like, make these rise up, I'm almost positive here. I just... I have to scan a terminal on the other side here, though. Yeah, that's definitely an energy tank here. Ah, yes, okay, the center one's definitely what I need here. Now then... yeah, that'll tease this door here, but... okay, hold on, sorry, I'm mistaking my buttons here. I think I want to do that there. I am going to want to get this energy tank here, so I'm going to try and drop... what does this do? Does this make, like, one... yeah, okay, that makes those rise up there. I'm going to do that... I remember this giving me a lot of trouble when I first played this, but I think it was more so just, yeah, I think this will work here. There's more to this puzzle whenever you get Spider Ball, which, granted, isn't until, like, the third area of the game anyway. But, I'll gladly take that. I just have to reset this. I think maybe my first time playing, I mean, granted, I was a lot younger at that time, but, like, I don't think I realized you could just scan these little small dinguses here. I think that was pretty much... what my problem with it was. Oh, and now, of course, it has to show me a cutscene of it. Of course it does. Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't this game want to do that? Nah, it's all good. I sound like I'm nitpicking, but it's fine. It's fine. Let's see what we got here. That's good. Ready for Prime 4 over here? Yeah, we were just kind of talking about that a little bit. Definitely something I'm very much excited for and waiting for. Definitely feel like that's going to be a good time whenever that does eventually drop there. I hope we can get some news on that sometime soon anyway. Yeah, I'm playing Prime 2 on the Wii at the moment. I'm playing this in particular because, like, I've played Metroid Prime 1 so many times, like, in the last few years. Quite literally, I think I've played Prime Remastered about 8 times since it came out, and it just came out, like, 2 years ago. And I've already done a full stream of Metroid Prime Remastered, like, back when that was new, so that game is definitely not new to my channel. I've Let's Played it twice, I've done a full stream on Twitch. It's basically about time I replay the other Prime games for a change, because, yeah, I've played, played Prime, 1, like, so many times. Ooh, I think we got some stuff coming up here. Samus is all like, I found you, faker. I love this animation of, like, them just looking at each other, like, sideways like that. I've said this earlier in the stream, but I've really, as much as I think Prime 1 looks really good, I feel like the animation quality is super robotic in Prime 1. Anyways, Dark Samus. Phase-on powered entity. Powerful distance attacks. Phase-on energy. Shield repels all weapons. Wait until it is down to attack. Avoid all contact with this target. Yeah. This was technically not Dark Samus' first game. I don't care discussing, like, this is kind of a spoiler for the end of Metroid Prime 1, but, like, I feel like most people playing this probably played Prime 1 first. Basically, the end, like, Samus gets what's effectively a phase-on suit in that game, and because of that, she gains, like, immunity to phase-on for, like, the end game of that. And after the fact, the last boss of that game, which is Metroid Prime, steals the phase-on suit, and out of that, Dark Samus gets birthed, basically. And she's one of my favorite antagonists in probably any Nintendo game. It's just a case of, here's an entity that is pure 100% evil, and you don't really need anything else than that. I think her design is just awesome. Like, I don't even care that she's a clone. I'm just so glad we got to play as her in Smash Ultimate finally. Like even if she is just literally a Samus clone in that game, like, I don't care given that I already like Samus a lot in the Smash Bros. Series as it is. Drop your shield, drop your shield. Your favorite of the Prime games. I definitely like this game a lot. I don't know. I like them all. Prime 1 definitely holds the place in my heart though. I've played Prime 1 so much in my life that like that's a game I could go back to at any point really. Damn, what an entrance. Does this area give the thing I think it gives? Or it just gives an elevator, I guess. That also works too. Oh. Okay. Oh, Phazon. Okay. Origin point of Phazon unknown. First detection of element on planet Talon 4 used by space pirates to provide vast levels of energy. Platforms exposed to Phazon without proper shielding will eventually undergo radical mutation. Pretty much stuff we already know. I'm really curious, like, you know, not to jump ahead here, but like the Phazon threat gets taken care of in Prime 3, so like, I'm really curious with the whole Beyond subtitle with Prime 4, like, that we're finally past the whole point with Phazon now. Like, I'm curious where that's gonna go at this point, because we're, you know, we're basically done with the Phazon thing. And yeah, this is the thing I was thinking of that we got. This is the Dark Beam. I know Prime 2 kind of does some weird stuff with its beams for better and worse for some people. This is the Dark Beam. It is basically the equivalent of the Ice Beam from Prime 1, but the big difference that a lot of people would point out is that now there is an ammo count on your beams. And I don't usually mind this too much, because the ammo's usually super easy to replenish. Okay, just computer here. More, I guess. Another disaster. The transport bringing over reinforcements and supplies is being shot down. Is engaged in orbit by a Federation vessel, which has landed near the alien temple. Matter of time before the Marines attack, survivors from our ship have made their way to the base. Here we shall make our stand. Another enemy. First the Shadowlings, then the Dark Hunter, and now the Galactic Federation Marine Corps. Perhaps fate will smile upon us before the world itself opens its maw and swallows us. Yeah, that's kind of my thought on the matter. I almost think like they could still do something with Phazon, but like, I don't know. I'm curious, I guess, how that'll play out, I guess. Now that we do have the Dark Beam, though, we can actually go through this way. I think... I remember Metroid Dread kind of, like, I had some interesting thoughts whenever I played that for the first time, because, like, there was a lot of weird stuff with that, and I think the story of Dread kind of, like, started going places that I didn't expect it to whenever it finally came out. Part of that, in part, because of, like, some kind of bad mistranslations from the original, like, Metroid Fusion, and, like, just some of the early trailers were making me think there was going to be something different that would have happened with Dread, but looking back on it, I'm glad, like, Dread turned out the way it was, though, at the same time. Some sort of, yeah, dark Preed. I was gonna say a dark puffer there. Let's see where to go here. Probably have to get up and about here. I'm just not sure where I would possibly see the Exxon Veros. I have my doubts on that because Prime's timeline placement takes place, like, way before, like, Prime 1, like, as far as I know, the whole Prime trilogy takes place between Metroid 1 and 2, so, unless something just radically different happens, I feel like we're gonna still get... Oh, wait, hold on, this might be what I'm thinking. That, yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking of there. I have a feeling Prime 4 is going to be some dedicated story about, like, what's his name, Silex, and the, like, whatever his deal is. Like, they've been building up this plot for, like, more than, God, almost 20 years. They said, I don't remember ever hearing that them say if this takes place at some point after Super, but if it does, that'll be maybe interesting. I don't think Prime timeline and, like, correlates that much with the regular series timeline that much, though, anyway, so... It's not really, like, something I'm too worried about at the end of the day. Can you, like, buzz off here, dude? Seriously? Oh my god, there's a... Where am I being... God, what am I being attacked by? Get out of here, dude. Oh, never mind. For the record, I haven't really, like, I shouldn't say I haven't played Hunters, but I haven't played that much of it, and from what I have played, I don't remember there being much in the way of a story of that game, so I am curious what, like, Silex's deal is, because that's something that, like, they've basically never really explained. I remember seeing people, like, talk about that when requesting, like, Silex is like a character for, like, Smash Bros. DLC, and I was like, we literally know nothing about this character. Why are people, like, hyping this character up so much? But now that they're actually doing something with him in a new game, like, I am curious what they're gonna do with him anyways. Because they tease him as, like, a post-credits thing in Prime 3, so... And I think in Federation Force as well, I'm pretty sure. Not that, like... I know most people don't care for that game, and granted, I can't vouch on that, given that I never played it, but... From what I understand, Federation Force was, like, a good multiplayer game, but, like, not a good Metroid game. And it was at a time where I was already at a very, like, disinterested point with, like, everything that was kind of going on at Nintendo at the time. Not like I was completely disinterested, but, like, I wasn't, like, into most stuff on the late Wii U or 3DS all that much. Anyways. I can't do much there. What do we got? Half pipe. Some weird structure thing that I don't think I can do anything with. should do it. Yeah, I don't think I've really got too into, like, why people find the dark beam kind of controversial. Basically, there's a beam ammo system in this game. I mean, Rundas is, like, one of the best characters in, like, Metroid Prime 3. I really like him, but he does die very early in Prime 3, too. So... He also has, like, probably my, like, favorite song in the entire Prime trilogy. I'm being serious when I say that also. I don't think that's an uncommon opinion. I think everyone I know who knows that song loves the Rundas battle music. Ooh, this... Oh, wait, shoot, that's not what I need. Sorry, I thought that was an item in the background there. Not what you're meant to do there, but I just kind of flubbed that area there. I think this room teases something that we can't do until literally endgame. Like, you notice there's a really gray door, basically. I'm pretty sure that's something for, like, the literal very end of the game, I'm pretty sure. I want to say this room probably has something else for, like, the very end of the game, too, that we can't really see or do anything with yet, but I'm not, like, worried about that either at the moment. The Fortress has really good music, too, from what I remember. I don't remember as much of Prime 2's soundtrack as I do, like, Prime 1, but, like, the Fortress in general I remember being really good, and, I remember Torvus Bog having good music as well. Probably because there's a part in Torvus that uses the Meridia music, I believe, from Super Metroid. Yeah, this door here, that's like the final beam of the game, which you literally get at the end of the game, so I'm pretty sure that's where the beam combo is for that, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I have to look for blocks in this room here. It's a little annoying. Well, I can they illuminate pretty well here. There's two. I really liked the song they've used in the trailer for Prime 3 so far. Just but I'm sure we'll know more about Prime 3 in the not too distant future. I mean, it comes out this year and it's August now, like it's only within the next, like, realistically 4 or 5 months, because at a certain point in December they kind of stop releasing stuff because they want stuff to sell in time for the holidays. You know, not everybody can be a silver-haired one-winged angel named Sephiroth and release 3 days before Christmas. I'll always remember that, like, that Christmas where, like, basically nothing happened because, like, the pandemic and everything, and then, like, freaking Sephiroth coming out in Smash, like, literally just days before Christmas, and also having the whole, like, the Sephiroth, like, boss mode that they had, like, that was such a peak time for Smash there. I hope that door wasn't a scan, knowing my luck it probably was, but... yeah, you can shoot these things here to open them up there. I don't think I can do much with this at the moment, so I'm just gonna ignore it here. I would not be surprised if there's some sort of secret in that room that I can't do there. My Smash main is... I main a lot of characters, but, like, my 4 that I'd say I'm actually, like, mains are Pokemon Trainer, Banjo and Kazooie, Terry Bogard, and Rob the Robot. But I also really like most of the DLC in that game, honestly. Like, I'd say I'm, like, fairly respectable with, like, a lot of them. And I would say that, like, I generally really like Joker, Hero, Sora, like, Pyramithra, Sephiroth, like, and that's just on DLC, like, yeah, Terry's, like, Terry was the character that, like, I didn't know I wanted until I saw him, and then when I actually, like, I got interested and started playing, like, KOF 98 just to kind of test the waters with that, and something just clicked with me and Terry, man, like... oh, shoot. That's great. Okay, get me in here. Terry's just a really, really fun character in Smash. Has a little bit of a different learning curve, but, like, once you get a hang of him, though, there's... like... yeah. And if this isn't what I think it is, then I don't know where else it's going. It is the other of the 2 beams. This is the light beam. So yeah, both beams in this game have their own ammo, and that's basically a counterbalance of them giving the strongest weapons in the game super early. This is borderline the equivalent of the plasma beam from Metroid Prime 1, and the plasma beam is stupidly overpowered. I don't think there's anything else in this room here. But, of course, this has to use its own ammo, and that's kind of annoying. But there is some good that this can do here. If you light one of these things up with the light beam, then... usually, things drop ammo of, like, the opposite... like... might be able to destroy it. Didn't I just try to shoot? No, okay. Usually, if you use the opposite ammo type, you'll get... you'll usually get the opposite ammo from these things, which is kind of basically the trick you're going to want to be remembering for this game. But, yeah, other than that, though, I mean... I got the key that was in this room here, I'm almost positive. Yeah, I couldn't go this way before, so... Kinda blew me away when they put Ryu in Smash 4. I always had the weirdest reaction to Ryu at the time, because, like... looking back, I can definitely see it as a huge deal. And I did grow up with Street Fighter 2 on Super Nintendo. I had that back in the day. But, I'll explain my thought in a minute, because I think we do have a mid-boss, and I think we have a really stupid missable scan here. If I remember right. I think this is just several of the Ing hunters here, I think. I'm pretty sure this barrier blocking the door here is a one-time missable scan. Is this the Ing web trap? Yep. This is a one-time missable scan. It is really, 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 really stupid, and I don't know why. But, yeah, Light Beam kind of annihilates these guys. Problem is that we have very limited ammo for it, and that's... yeah. Thankfully, there's a lot of these things around here, so we can kind of just use... I guess these things attract really, really fast here. I remember my problem with the Ryu reveal in Smash, like, it was a very hype thing, but... and I guess this could apply to a lot of other things too now, but, like, that leaked ahead of time. I remember when, so they had the Mewtwo DLC first in Smash 4, and I think there was, like, the trailer for Lucas, I think, happened, like, shortly before that, but I think in the Mewtwo update, they also just straight up had victory files for, Lucas, as well as Boy and Ryu, or something. I think it was, like... there was something to do with that, anyway, that they basically had the things in the files for it, and that leaked ahead of time, so I was like, by the time the reveal actually happened, I was just like, I had this very disinterested vibe back then, because I was just annoyed that, like, when stuff leaked, basically. Nowadays, I mean, that happens just about all the time, even though it's annoying when it happens, but, you know, shit happens sometimes, unfortunately. But yeah, that was kind of my, like, reaction to what happened with Ryu, basically. It was still a cool reveal, and, like, how they, you know, put a Street Fighter character in a Smash Bros. Game. But yeah. I think my favorite reveal will always be, funny I say that though when I'm about to say this, but, like, I think my favorite reveal will always be, Banjo's Smash reveal, but that also leaked a few days ahead of time. It was a very much, I was like, I'll believe this when I see it. I didn't know who the leaker was, or whoever was, like, leaking it. It was some well-known leaker on, I think, 4chan leaked that, I'm pretty sure. They're like, yeah, Banjo's coming for a smash and good time or whatever, and it was like right before E3 that year, and we're just like, yeah, we'll believe that when we see it here. And then, like, Microsoft's press conference happened, and they had no sign of anything Banjo-related whatsoever that year either, so it's like, yeah, we'll believe this when we see it here, and then nothing happened, but yeah, eventually it did happen though, and, like, we'd already had, like, the hero from Dragon Quest reveal at that point already, so it was like, I wasn't expecting a double whammy of reveals there, but it makes sense in hindsight, because I remember, like, Smash Ultimate's, like, first year of DLC, can't get this right yet, I don't think, can I? No, I think I need, yeah, I need Spider Ball to get up this, so... Fair enough. Where's the elevator on the way out of here? Oh, it's right here. Like, they had... Before the day before Smash came out, I remember this so vividly. It was the Game Awards, and they announced Joker from Persona 5 for Smash, which, looking back on it, like, I didn't play Persona 5 at that time, but if I had, I would have lost my mind, because, like, Persona 5, it's such a cliche thing to say, because it's maybe the most, like, famous RPG in the last, like, several years, but that is such a good game. It's one of my most played, like, games of the last few years, and I've only really played through it twice, but, like, that's still a lot for me, considering I haven't really, like, there's a lot of games that I haven't really played, you know, more than once, so, like, like, much like Metroid Prime, although by complete accident, I have the steelbook of the Switch version of Royal here. Much like Prime Trilogy on the Wii, I mean, rather. I'll set that back there in a bit, but... Like, sorry, off-topic rant about, like, one of my favorite games there, but, it's like when they had... Oh, hey, I can actually use this here now. I don't know why you can't aim these with the motion controls. You can only aim these with the analog sticks, which is really weird. But basically, they announced Joker in Smash in December. He didn't release until that April, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna do 5 DLC characters by early 2020. So it's like, they were like, oh. Like, I hit some of these guys here. So yeah, it's like, and then like, after Joker came out in April, there was still one character in 6 months, and they're like, yeah, we're doing 5 characters before the start of the following year, so it's like, kind of wild what happened with that anyways. And yeah, basically, after that, I know I already jumped down here. I almost feel like there's a secret I can get with those, with the turret, but I mean, I already just kind of jumped down anyways, so maybe not, I don't know. And then they obviously had the double reveal at E3 2019 of Hero and Banjo, which was, that was just such a, both were just such wonderful reveals. You know, I haven't played, like, much Dragon Quest, but I do own Dragon Quest 11. Like, I did, like, because of Smash, I was interested in that, and I did eventually pick up Dragon Quest 11 when that came out. Or I got it that year for Christmas, I think, anyways. It's just what I asked for, and... yeah. Smash Ultimate. I've said that so many times over the years. I know it's not a game for everyone, and some people who don't like it are just like, the people who don't like it really don't like it, and the people that do really do. I am definitely of the latter camp, but I don't care. It's a game that lets me play as, like, you know, what else are we gonna get, like, King K. Rool versus Banjo versus Pichu versus, like, Sora from Kingdom Hearts versus, like, you know, you just name it. It's like the biggest, like, shitpost crossover you'll ever play. I know a lot of people would be like, Fortnite's a crazier crossover and all that, and I'm like, maybe it is, but I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I just don't vibe with Fortnite as much, even though I know it's kind of evolved into something bigger now too, but probably just because Fortnite just, I don't know, it doesn't really have that many franchises I'm, like, that overly interested in. Like, I know this is a subjective term there, but, you know, this is a save room, I think, right? Yes. We're almost done with, Agon Waste here. I think once we beat the boss, we'll probably call it a night there. The future streams are going to take a lot longer than this. I don't think I'm going to clear Torvus Bog in a single sitting. Or have the energy to clear Torvus Bog in a single sitting anyway. There is a way over this way here. I don't know if this actually will get me anything now that I have Dark Beam, but I'll check anyways. This is kind of like the entrance to this place. I don't know if this actually gets me anything or not. Oh, there's a missile down here. I'll definitely grab that. Nothing that I can see in here anyways, but that's fine. Yeah, this area here, I still have not gone this way. But, I mean, it might be a way out for the way back, though, as well. Because, yeah, once I start heading this way, I know we're going to be heading towards the boss area here. Speaking of crossovers, you know what game I keep forgetting is coming out later this year? Is Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. I'm interested in that, but I don't feel like that's going to be a day one purchase for me. But I am glad that that does have crossplay. Like, that is something I think that if I do get, I will want to play with friends. It's just, I didn't really play that much of the other Sonic Racing games. Like, I know people really like Racing Transformed, which was fine from what I played of it. I just didn't play much of it. Okay, that's the north way that I want to go here. Makes sense, I suppose. I'll tell you this, like, because we know there's, like, Joker from Persona 5 and Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. The thing that would make it a day one purchase for me is not just if they have Joker, but if they have, like, another Persona 5 character, and if that's the case, if it's either Makoto or Akechi. then it will be a day one purchase for me, but I don't think that's gonna happen. They're mostly just putting Joker in there, I think, for the marketing of it all, and yeah. I might just wait here a minute, because yeah, I probably will want to wait for my health to heal, so I'm just gonna set this down for a minute. That's not like oh wait, hold on, I could just go in Morph Ball here, that'll work. So yeah. Hope everyone's having a good old evening here. I don't think there's been a whole lot that's happened in the last, like, week or so. At least as far as, like, gaming news and stuff. I don't... Not that I can think of, anyway. I mean, there was the Direct. I know... From what I gathered, I think people are excited for some of the other, like, Square Enix things that they had. Like, that Adventures of Elliot game, I think that actually does look kind of neat. I'm just looking at what else was announced in that Direct. A lot of it was just kind of ports of things that I wasn't really all that interested in. I think I mentioned... Yeah, I mentioned Katamari earlier, I think. Yakuza, I have some of the Yakuza games on Steam, and I never really played much of that series. I should actually play that at some point. Is my controller doing some weird... Is my, like, nunchuck drifting? Okay, no, maybe... Maybe there's just a weird slant or something here? I don't know. Anyways, I have full health now, so let's, go ahead and do this here. I think the later areas are definitely a lot more interesting than Agon Wastes, but... Oh, well. It's a weird three-headed worm thing. Amorbus! Sphere provides dark energy to the Amorbus. Xeno sketch detecting the sphere. Sphere is impervious to weapons. Uh-huh. Where are you spawning in from? There you are. Let me finish scanning you there. So yeah, there's two things you're gonna have to scan in this fight here, because like a lot of bosses in this game are kind of nutty like that. Yeah, like this here basically. This is Dark Amorbus. Blow his head off there. And go in his mouth there and bomb him from the inside, and that's pretty much what we're going to be doing here. I think we got to do this for all three heads, if I remember right. Okay, now we're fighting two heads at once. Heads like actually attack me like closer to me here. Yeah, I did hit that one there. I would like more dark energy here. You can use the... Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to do that. You can break the dark beam kind of... Or the light beacon things with the dark beam, basically. When in doubt, use old school missiles here. This is the thing that sucks most if you lose the ammo here, because you can still use the beam. You're gonna have to for like doors and stuff, but you get a dingy ass, like, not good at all beam, basically, like, that takes forever to charge and just isn't all that good, basically. That should be it for that phase there, for that head there. Okay, that's it for that phase there, I think. I didn't see it do that for the other head, so maybe there's... I love if I could get light beam ammo here, but this is not being too fun here. Oh, I think basically I have to just do what I already did, but with 3 heads instead of 2. I'm like freaking losing it with this fight, man. Like, there's so much, like, happening and not happening at the same time. Okay, one of the heads is borderline, like, defeated here. Light beam ammo for this, but charge beam seems to be working decently well so far here. Of course, that missed there. One of them is about as damaged as it gets there. That one definitely is fully damaged, I think. Yeah, okay, now it's just this bull crap again. Get me in there, get me in, get me in. One of the heads is gone. Okay, this should be 2 of the heads gone here. Oh god, this thing actually did drop light beam ammo. Give me that. basically. That's pretty much it for Horus there. This fight I always forget because it's probably the most forgettable of the bosses, at least as far as the main ones go. I like the reward we're gonna get here a lot, because it makes this game a lot more tolerable going forward, but yeah, this fight was just kind of milquetoast by comparison. I'd say I honestly even like some of the earlier fights more than this one, like the mini-bosses. I think those are more interesting than this was. But, here we go. It is our first suit upgrade. I actually quite like this suit design here, even though if you like the various suit, don't get used to it. If you don't like this suit, get used to it, because we see this suit for the rest of the freaking game until the end. This is the Dark Suit. This is the suit that Samus wears this entire game pretty near. And it's pretty much as it implies. Damage effects of Dark Aether will do less damage to you. It makes this infinitely more tolerable. You'll still take damage, you'll still have to get used to that, but like, yeah, you lose very little in Dark Aether, basically. It's pretty much a godsend for this game, because, like, going forward, like, they kind of ease you in with Agon Waste. You know, there's a lot of healing spots everywhere here, but now we can actually comfortably explore the Dark World without, like, any stupid stuff kind of going forward. Like, there'll still be the healing spots in later areas, but we're actually gonna have some interesting places that aren't just about, like, resting in healing spots and all that jazz. Now time for the really boring thing, because now once I activate this, I'll have to activate it in the light world as well, which is kind of the boring part of this game in a way. Alright, time to find a portal, the nearest portal to this place as well. You have to kind of go through this whole, like, teleport thing here, which thankfully I can skip. I'm honestly kind of surprised you can skip that, but I won't complain too much. I'm noticing doors load way faster in this game. I'm wondering if that was, like, them, like, fixing the issue in Prime 1 where the doors take forever to load. I know why it does that sometimes, because the whole, like, just the way Prime 1 is designed in such a way. Too concerned about fighting this. If there's anything on this other side here. I know I went this way before, but I don't remember there being anything over here. Yeah, no, there's no door here. There is a door there in the light world, but not here. Yeah, see, we're actually able to stay in the dark areas here a lot more comfortably and not worry about that sort of thing. Did I not go this way before? What the heck is in here? Is there literally a point to this room, like... I don't think I got any sort of an item there before, if I... No, because it wasn't on my map there. Maybe in the light world there was, but, like, what's the point of that room in the dark world? Okay, what's the nearest portal here? I guess just the standard one here. Well, actually, hold on. Can we? Can we go? No, that's away from another angle there. Sorry, which way again? Okay, I just keep going this way. Also, I never went through this door either. Is this just a random save station here? Oh, totally is. Well, I still want to go activate that other terminal, but good to know there is just a random save room here. I didn't think there was that far on the other side of this, though, which is surprising. Yeah, there's one just over here, too. That's weird that they would put 2 save rooms only about 5 screens away from each other. That's a really weird save room location there. You really want violence here, don't you? Give me some light ammo, please, and thank you. Yeah, you'll want to get used to, like, opening doors with the beam of the opposite ammo, because that's typically how you're going to be fighting a lot of stuff. And most of the time, you're probably going to be realistically using the light beam because it just melts shit all the time. The dark beam has its uses. Like, I alluded to this earlier, the dark beam is literally just, like, a reskin of the ice beam from before. And that is useful. The ice beam was, like, a really good, like, weapon in Prime 1, in the sense that, like, okay, that got all of them there. That was that was really, really, really good. That's how useful it is to kind of focus on that aspect of things there. You know, like, what am I trying to say here? Like, energizing those things with the light beam, because it'll just incinerate dark enemies really easily. Okay, I think, yeah, I just want to head back to the temple there. I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to stream again, but it's definitely not going to just be a weekend thing. I'm probably going to stream I'll try to stream either, like, maybe on Tuesday or something, just to, like, I say this all the time, and I always regret not doing it, because usually something stupid comes up in my life, and then I just don't end up doing any sort of streams or whatever, but, like, I do genuinely want to keep doing this, you know. I don't want to just be doing stuff and stop all the time, and, you know, I already feel bad that, like, you know, the last time I streamed Final Fantasy VI was before... It was before I went to Oda Fest, which was back in May, and it's currently August. So that's 2.5, going on 3 months since I last streamed there. Streamed that one there. There's an energy tank there. I would love to grab that. We have a bit of a puzzly room here. Aha! Oh, shoot! Dang it! Do I have to do this whole stupid thing again? I can't do anything with this here yet, but I should be able to get this energy tank, though. Just have to not be bad about this here. I definitely think Prime 2 is, like, probably some of the most puzzles of any of the Prime games. Thankfully, they made this way better in this version because there's a particular boss fight later in the game that's really, really bad for this. Okay, what do I want to do here? What? How in the world am I gonna do this now? Shoot. I'm definitely gonna want this energy tank, because there's a pretty hard boss early in Torvus Bog. I definitely know what is coming up there, and I don't really like it all that much. Yeah, you just sink down there. I don't know how I'm supposed to be any faster with that. Is there something up here that I'm missing? I literally can't, like, get in there and lay a bomb quick enough that... Am I just doing something wrong from this angle here? It looks like I should definitely be able to go somewhere in this way, but, like... See, if this was Prime 3, I know there's, like, these bugs that can attract to you that make you, like, float or something, but I don't think that's what's going on here, so I don't know. Like, I can't... Wait. There's a freaking platform right there. Are you kidding me? That was what was messing with me the whole time? Well, that makes things a heck of a lot easier, but... Oh my god. Oh, I can't actually do anything here, so... Anything down here? Actually, this is just... Yeah, this is just the way I came from. Okay. Well, that's still worth it anyway. That's an energy tank. I can definitely gladly take that. And I'm gonna guess I can't do anything in this area because this looks like a pretty expansive room here. This almost looks like an elevator. Ooh, yeah, I don't think I can do anything in this room for now. What do we got in here? Or is this just a way... Okay, this connects to an earlier area. That is definitely an elevator, and I can't go that way without power bombs. This just connects more to the pirate base area here, so... Nothing I really want to mess with at the moment here. I do love the spectacle of this room here. Like, I don't know if Prime 1 had as many rooms like this, but, like, I know this and Prime 3 have a lot of rooms that are just kind of, like, really nice, like, outdoorsy kind of spectacle places. I know Elysia in Prime 2 is like that, or in Prime 3 is like that a lot, but yeah. Ooh, let's just turn on this generator here. I'm gonna be calling it after this here because, like, I've been going for nearly 4 hours now, so, and I was not expecting to stream for nearly 4 hours. It has been fun, though. It has been a lot of fun streaming some good old Metroid Prime again. Oh, of course I can't scan this yet. Yeah, Samus, you do your thing, girl. You energize this thing. And this light will basically shoot back to the Great Temple, and that's just great. They're great! Alright. Now that we have... Let's see if this guy says anything here. He just seems like he's just eternally grateful for us. Yeah. Your transfer complete. This temple's energy has been restored, which means we're done with Agon Wastes, and the moment I get back to a save station, then I'm gonna be done with this stream as well. It has been a lot of fun, though. I'm definitely enjoying coming back to Prime, and... You know, I'm definitely going to continue it here. Maybe not for as long as this. I don't know if I'll do all of Torvus Bog in another stream, because it's going to be quite a bit longer, but it has been fun kind of starting this up again. You know, streaming again for, like, the first time in a while. I think I streamed Mario Kart one of those days last month there, but it's nice to finally get started on this whole, like, dual streaming thing here, so... That way people can watch on either YouTube or Twitch, it doesn't matter. But yeah, if anyone has any closing thoughts, thanks everyone for kind of hanging out and tuning in tonight on this Saturday night. Which way is the save? No save. Do anything because that's portable. Basically just take right then go. Straight then take left here. I'm gonna call it after I get to that save room, but If anyone has any closing thoughts, this would be the time to mention them. Who knows, we're one day closer to Prime 4, which is gonna be an awesome day when that finally comes. Okay, that'll do it for tonight's stream. Thanks everyone for tuning in. It's been a really awesome time so far. I'd like to raid somebody. I know this is a Twitch thing, and I don't know who's streaming right now. You know what? Let's raid Zenonia. She's streaming. I don't know if she's streaming anything, actually. Apparently it's her birthday, though, so let's, what's the Santa Claus quote that was said earlier? I need to find that again. This is such a stupid phrase, but it was too funny to not raid with. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I've been Master Starman. I'll be back here in the next couple of days with this game here, and we'll see you guys for that then. Have yourselves a great day, and